Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Kim. This is your brother Abawan back again with another video. And I just woke up from a dream, okay, of chariots, basically. You know, and in my dream, I saw chariots, man, and the vision was so vivid that I thought I wasn't dreaming. Brought my camera to record and everything, calling upon the name of the Most High Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, and everything, the salvation of our people, okay. And this isn't, one of the regions where you see lights in the sky, which of course those are the chariots or the UFOs so far away in the sky that they're just basically glowing lights moving around at incredible speeds. The chariots were almost at ground level, man. You're just a few meters up away from the ground, like 1 or 2 stories away from the ground, man. That was how far. That was how close these chariots were. And they were moving at speed. They were moving at their normal speeds right in the ground, making moving at their quick speeds normally. The normal quick speeds that they move at basically basically sonic booms that will destroy windows. We moving with speeds that would cause all these shock waves that would push people, that were basically strong enough to push people to the ground. You could even hear the sound of the engines when they were going, man. That was how close the chariots were. You're right in front of your eyes, and you could just look up and you would see the under of the chariot. You would see it underneath the chariot. You would see you would see the whole chariots, man, just like that, okay. And they were black. No, not like a deep dark black, but they were really, but they were black colored and they were moving around in the sky, and everybody was looking at the chariots like, what is this? What is this? What is in the sky? And when I saw the chariots, man, I scrambled to get that, to get my camera. This was a dream, of course. This isn't like an actual thing that happened, but this was a dream. I dreamt of the chariots. I wanted to get my camera and quickly record this because I was thinking, oh yeah, yeah, this is a vision from the Most High Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, which of course it was in a dream, of course. And at first they were really, at first they were really high in the sky, but you could still see them very clearly. And these chariots were black and they were flying around. There was two of them, or I believe it was, yeah, two of them at first, just flying around in the sky, and they flew out of the and then they flew out of the skyline, people were surprised, like, what was that? What was that? What was that? And I saw it. I was like, did anybody record that? Did anybody record that? Because I wasn't with my phone at the time. And I prayed to the Most High in the dream that if it's possible, let the chariots come back. And they did, so this time I was on my phone, so I wasn't going to be caught lacking, right? And the chariots were so close, like, they were like, like I said, 1 or 2 stories away, that you could see underneath the chariot clearly. You could see, you could see it so close that you could even see the different I want to say cuts, I want to say cuts, and what to actually underneath the chariot, and you could see what looked like tubes, under the chariots, under the chariots. That's how close they were. They came close. They were just flying around. They were just floating around normally, and then one chariot just, like warped away, like warp speed away, and as soon as they just did that, it was like a boom sound, then like it broke the sound barrier. The windows scattered. The windows in the because we were inside a building, and the roof of that building, ironically, was made out of glass, so you could see what was above you clearly, and all the windows just broke, and people started flying away, like there was like something was being pushing them. And I'm assuming that was the shock wave of the speed of that chariot, man. And then after that, people were still like, what's going on, what's going on, what was that, and it was like I was the only person that understood that was the chariot, okay. And then the chariots came back, and the two chariots, they joined together, they kind of merged together, and then they broke apart and became three chariots, right? And that was the end of the dream, basically. So that's the whole dream. And that was a beautiful vision called Allah Yahweh Sham Yahushai. And it took me a while before I could even understand what happened in the dream, because I was woke up and I was like, that was a dream, and I went back to sleep. And then when I woke up, and then I just woke up again, and I realized that that was a dream, that was a vision. I have to do a video about this, okay? Because when you see visions like that, especially when it concerns prophecy, That is, and let's go to that. Let's use precepts to break that. Let's use the scripture to break down what just happened in that dream. Okay, because the dream is prophecy, and the process of having that dream is also prophecy. And this is how the Most High has brought, is bringing forth his prophecies, he's bringing forth his visions to, or is bringing forth prophecies, bringing forth what is soon to come to earth, on the earth, through the people that are on the earth, especially the men of the Lord. So this is the book of Joel 2, and I'll start from verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. Also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit, and I will shew wonders in the heaven and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. And there is so much more to go. You read on down, there's so much more prophecies to come, but that is just the main point. And that was the vision, that was the dream, because you have a lot of brothers that dream dreams like this, that see visions of the future of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, of the prophecy of World War III, of our Lord Yahushai, of the sea heap, the charagma. Okay, but me personally, I'm not really a dreamer like that, and so anytime I get a dream, usually whenever I get a dream, I usually even forget what happens in the dream. Whether it's a vision or it's not. But in this case, I remember everything vividly. Okay, I can still picture the chariots in my mind. And it's a big deal for me whenever I only get away from these chariots, because here in Nigeria, here in Africa, you don't really get chariot sightings like you get in Babylon the Great. Because that's the altar right there. The angels are basically just getting everything in order, or even in Europe. And I don't know whether you get chariot sightings in Asia or Australia, but you don't really get them like that much in Africa. And I say that much because we know that the chariots of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai are in Africa. They are everywhere, especially where the men of the Lord are. This is a huge faith builder for me right there, man. Seeing the chariots in a dream like that, because even seeing chariots in a dream can also be a part of, can also be a sign from the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It doesn't need to be in the physical. If you see them in the dream as well, that could also be, a sign showing you that the angels of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai are with you. So anyway, this is the book of Psalms 34, and Psalms 34 verse 7. The angel of Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. And just like we said, the chariots, okay, not the chariots, of course, but our Lord Yahweh Shai, that is our deliverance, okay? But the chariots are going to be part of that deliverance, because guess what? The destruction of this kingdom, the destruction of Babylon the Great, the nuclear destruction of Babylon the Great is a huge part of our deliverance, is a huge part of the deliverance of the children of Israel, just as much as us being beamed up into the chariots is, because this kingdom needs to be destroyed for our people to truly be delivered. As the scriptures say, the captive man seeketh for when he shall be freed, or when he shall be. Let me just see if I can get that. The captive seeketh for when he shall be free. Let me see if I can get that precept. It's a difficult precept to find. Let me look for it in the KJV, because this is a important thing to go into right now. Just also have to bring it out so I can get. I don't want to butcher this precept. I don't want to butcher this precept right here. I don't want to butcher it. Can't find it. Or is it the prisoner? Yes, not. Can't find the precept. Let me check the dog code. Let me see if I can bring it out in the browser. Online, this is it. Okay, here it is. That is it. That is Isaiah 51, verse 14. All right, let's go to that. Isaiah 51. So this is the book of Isaiah 51, verse 14, and it reads, the captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail. Okay. And like I said, a huge part of our deliverance is the destruction of this kingdom, the destruction of the land of our captivity. And I've actually gone into this before in camp that why would you not want to see the land of your captivity be destroyed? Why would you not want to see the kingdom that has oppressed you and destroyed your people and your heritage, okay, your whole life, okay, and even more so and try to destroy, your connection with the Most High, however, and destroy you, because let's not forget that if it was possible for Esau Edom, he would have completely wiped out our people a very long time ago. Okay. The only reason why we still exist, the only reason why there are still Israelites on the earth is because the Most High Yahweh has had mercy on us. So if they wanted to, they could completely wipe us out. And that is once again, once again, why this place has to go, okay? Because that is a huge part of our deliverance, that this kingdom be destroyed, okay? But now, back to the main topic at hand, which are the chariots, I also want to get this precept because, as you already know, the angels of the Most High, however, they are the chariots, right? Let me just finish up with that precept, the chariots of the Most High, just in case somebody still has to, just in case somebody stumbles upon this video and they don't understand what I mean by the chariots, okay? Yeah, it is. So this is the book of Psalm 68, verse 17, and it reads, the chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. Yahweh is among them as in Sinai in the holy place. Okay. And when we talk about the chariots of the Most High, Yahweh, we're talking about, the so-called UFOs, so-called UAPs, unidentified flying objects, and unidentified aerial phenomena, respectively, that Esau Edom claims to be, in this, another claims, Salakia, but Esau Edom says that in these air skies, in the air spaces of, the whole world, especially especially in war zones, okay, which of course, a spiritual war zone right now is Babylon the Great. That's why you see so many chariot sightings, okay? And, like I said, here in Africa, you don't really get those UFOs, so-called UFOs or UAP sightings like that. But recently, I think that was 2021, 2020, you saw Edom declassified the documents concerning the chariots, showing that they truly exist, okay? So these chariots really exist, and that come to the point their sightings are so frequent that these devils basically had to admit that it exists. And this is the same thing that is going on right now with Ye, okay, where the scriptures say, let me get that precept, let me get that precept. Where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, it shall be said, ye are the sons of the living power. And this is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 26. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living power. okay? And the same thing is happening right now. You see with this year, with Nick Cannon, Ice Cube, and various other celebrities, where every once in a while you just see a celebrity just, go on a public platform and say, look, man, you black people, and of course, they have to use the term black because, they are on that, because as the scripture say, they have a zeal of the Most High, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, but not according to knowledge, okay? When the true terminology to use is that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And let's not gloss over that so-called because that's an important part of it, because the names that we have been given in this kingdom, the bywords, the proverbs, the insults, because that's basically what those names are not our true names or our true nationality, okay? Because even if you are forgotten, even if our people do not remember, it does not change what we are, okay? Even if you forget your name, it does not change what your name is. You can't go around giving yourself a new name when you already have documents, you already have your name in the system, your real name in the system, okay? And there is no such thing as a legal change of name, especially for nations with the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So we are and still and always will be the Israelites according to the scriptures, the sons and daughters of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob through nationality, through bloodline, and through prophecy. Okay, we are the Israelites, and that's why you always see these celebrities come out every once in a while and talk about how the blacks are, the so-called blacks, okay, so-called Jews and so on and so forth, okay. Not really going to go too deep into detail concerning what they were saying before YouTube comes out with their anti-Sem, right? But you get the point, and that is also part of Joel 2 verse 2 right there, that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, because the Most High is putting the squeeze on these celebrities and even these devils as well. So now you are going to be seeing that more and more up until the point where, as you get to the point where Esau can't even hide it anymore, so he'll basically just bring it out. He'll reveal it, and of course, mixing the truth with lies. And that's why he's trying to persecute the prophets right now. And even more and more, even outside of these truths, because normally, most people would ignore, especially these Edomites would ignore or us out there on the highways and byways. But more and more people are starting to acknowledge that, you know, we are the that we are, well, we are the Israelites according to the scriptures, and more people are starting to acknowledge that we are out here. Of course, they are calling us Black Hebrew Israelites, but all that information will be cleared up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, so that was basically going into the dream that I just had a vision of the future in seeing the chariots, and that was a very beautiful dream. Call for Allah Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, for the vision, and is a great faith builder. So with that, I'll end the video right there. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Ba'asham Racha, Kwadash, Wa Abad Babal. And through the Spirit, I hope you are edified. Shalom.